What if I told you that half the frustration you experience in your kitchen isn't because cooking is hard, but because nobody taught you the tiny tricks that make it effortless? Burned garlic, soggy vegetables, hardened brown sugar, watery leftovers, knives that crush tomatoes instead of slicing them. Most of us think these are just normal kitchen problems. They're not. They're solvable in seconds. Today, I'm sharing 12 surprisingly useful kitchen hacks that will completely change the way you cook, clean, and store food. And once you know them, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Let's begin. The kitchen is one of the most used spaces in any home. It's where we experiment, where we mess up, where we improvise, and sometimes where we waste food without even realizing it. But cooking doesn't have to feel chaotic. With just a few smart adjustments, your kitchen can feel calmer, cleaner, and more efficient without buying fancy gadgets or expensive appliances. These hacks are simple, they're practical, and they actually work. Let's start with one that can save you from ruining your next meal. 1. Stop garlic from burning. Garlic is one of the smallest ingredients in cooking, yet it has one of the biggest personalities. When cooked properly, it releases a warm, sweet aroma that fills the kitchen and instantly makes food feel comforting. But when burned, garlic turns aggressive, bitter, sharp, almost medicinal. And the worst part? Once garlic burns, there's no saving the dish. That bitterness spreads silently through oil, sauce, and seasoning, ruining everything it touches. The mistake most people make happens in the very first seconds of cooking. They add garlic and onions into the pan at the same time. It seems logical. Both are aromatics. Both belong together. But scientifically, they behave completely differently. Onions contain a high water content, nearly 90% moisture. Garlic, on the other hand, is much drier and packed with delicate sugars and sulfur compounds that cook extremely fast. When garlic hits hot oil without protection, those compounds scorch almost instantly. The solution is timing. Start with onions first. Allow them to cook until they soften and become slightly translucent. As onions heat, they release moisture into the pan, creating a gentle steaming environment. That moisture acts like a shield, lowering the effective cooking temperature around the garlic when it's finally added. Before adding garlic, reduce the heat slightly. This small adjustment prevents sudden burning while still allowing flavor to bloom. Then add the garlic. Listen carefully, you should hear a soft sizzle, not aggressive frying. Within 20 to 30 seconds, the garlic becomes fragrant. This is the golden window, the exact moment when flavor peaks but bitterness hasn't begun. Immediately introduce the next ingredient: tomatoes, broth, vegetables, or sauce. This cools the pan and stops the garlic from overcooking. One small change in timing transforms garlic from harsh to heavenly and instantly elevates the entire dish. 2. Revive hard brown sugar. Every home cook has experienced it. You open a container of brown sugar expecting soft grains, only to find a rock-solid block that could double as a paperweight. It feels ruined, but it isn't. Brown sugar hardens because of evaporation, not spoilage. Unlike white sugar, brown sugar contains molasses, a thick syrup that coats each crystal. Molasses holds moisture, giving brown sugar its softness, deep caramel flavor, and rich color. When exposed to air, that moisture slowly escapes, leaving the sugar crystals dry and fused together. You're not fixing damaged sugar, you're simply replacing lost moisture. The bread method works beautifully because bread naturally releases humidity. Place a slice of bread inside the container and seal it overnight. As the bread slowly dries, the sugar absorbs that moisture and returns to its original texture. By morning, the sugar loosens as if nothing ever happened. No bread? The microwave method works faster. Place the sugar in a microwave-safe bowl. Cover it with a slightly damp paper towel and heat for about 20 seconds. The steam penetrates the hardened crystals, restoring softness almost instantly. Understanding this changes your mindset. Hardened sugar isn't waste, it's reversible chemistry. Simple fix. Zero waste. Full flavor restored. 3. Keep herbs fresh for weeks. Fresh herbs are fragile luxuries. 1 day they're vibrant and aromatic. 3 days later they're limp, dark, and headed for the trash. The reason is dehydration. Herbs continue living even after being cut. They still try to absorb water through their stems, but refrigerators are dry environments that pull moisture away faster than herbs can replace it. So, instead of treating herbs like vegetables, treat them like flowers. Trim the ends of the stems and place them upright in a jar of water. Cover loosely with a plastic bag to create a humid microclimate. Then refrigerate. Now the herbs can drink water while staying protected from dry air. Soft herbs like parsley and cilantro thrive this way, often lasting up to 2 weeks instead of a few days. Hardy herbs like rosemary or thyme prefer a slightly different method. Wrap them gently in damp paper towels before placing them in the fridge. This maintains controlled moisture without overhydration. The result? Herbs stay bright, aromatic, and ready whenever you cook, turning everyday meals into restaurant-quality dishes without constant repurchasing. 4. Stop potatoes from sprouting. Potatoes seem sturdy, but they are still living organisms. Even after harvest, they continue biological processes, waiting for the right conditions to grow again. Sprouting happens when potatoes detect warmth, light, or trapped moisture signals that it's time to grow. Here's where apples come in. Apples release ethylene gas, a natural plant hormone involved in ripening and aging processes. In small amounts, ethylene slows sprouting activity in potatoes, extending their storage life. Place 1 apple among stored potatoes, and you subtly alter the storage environment. But location matters too. Potatoes prefer cool, dark, dry spaces, similar to underground conditions where they originally grow. Light encourages sprouting and greening, while sealed plastic bags trap moisture that accelerates decay. Never wash potatoes before storage. Moisture invites mold and rot. Proper storage doesn't just preserve food, it saves money and reduces waste without effort. 5. Peel ginger with a spoon. Ginger's shape makes peeling frustrating. Knives remove too much flesh. Peelers struggle with knobs and curves, wasting valuable flavor. But the solution has been sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer all along. A spoon. The thin edge of a spoon scrapes away only the delicate outer skin, while gliding around bumps and corners effortlessly. Instead of cutting into the ginger, it gently lifts the peel away. This works because ginger skin is thin and papery, loosely attached to dense flesh beneath. Using a spoon preserves more usable ginger, reduces slipping hazards, and speeds preparation dramatically. It's safer, cleaner, smarter. Once learned, it feels obvious, yet many cooks never discover it. 6. Make fluffy rice every time. Rice seems simple, water plus heat, yet it's one of the most commonly ruined foods. Sticky rice isn't always about cooking time, it's about starch. Raw rice grains are coated in loose surface starch, created during milling and transportation. When cooked without rinsing, that starch dissolves into the water, forming a glue-like coating that binds grains together. Rinsing rice removes this excess starch. Wash repeatedly until the water runs clear. This step alone dramatically changes texture. After cooking, resist opening the lid immediately. Let the rice rest for about 10 minutes. During this resting period, steam redistributes evenly, finishing the cooking process gently. Moisture moves from wetter areas to drier grains, creating balance. Then fluff using a fork, not a spoon. A fork separates grains instead of compressing them. The result is light, distinct grains, soft yet separate, just like restaurant-quality rice. 7. Save oversalted food. Oversalting feels catastrophic, but salt rarely ruins food beyond repair. The key insight: salt cannot be removed, but flavor can be balanced. In soups or stews, adding a peeled potato helps absorb some salty liquid while also diluting concentration. While it doesn't magically suck out salt entirely, it redistributes seasoning across a larger volume. For sauces, fat becomes your ally. Cream, yogurt, or unsalted broth softens sharp saltiness because fat coats taste receptors, reducing perceived intensity. Acidity also restores balance. A squeeze of lemon or splash of vinegar introduces brightness that shifts flavor perception away from salt dominance. Cooking isn't chemistry alone, it's sensory balance. When one flavor becomes too loud, you don't erase it. You give the others a voice. 8. Freeze leftover herbs in oil. Herbs often spoil not because we don't like them, but because recipes use small amounts while bundles are sold large. Instead of watching them wilt, preserve them at peak freshness. Chop leftover herbs and mix with olive oil. Then pour into ice cube trays and freeze. Oil protects delicate aromatic compounds from oxidation and freezer burn. When frozen, flavor becomes locked in time. Later, drop a cube directly into a hot pan, soup, or pasta sauce. The oil melts instantly, releasing fresh herb flavor far superior to dried alternatives. You've essentially created ready-made flavor boosters. Convenience meets zero waste. 9. Sharpen knives without a sharpener. A dull knife feels safer, but it's actually more dangerous. Dull blades require more pressure, increasing the chance of slipping and causing injury. When you don't have a sharpening stone, a ceramic mug can become an emergency tool. Flip the mug upside down and locate the unglazed ring at the base. That rough ceramic surface acts similarly to a honing stone. Hold the knife at a 15-20 degree angle and gently draw it across the rim several times on each side. This realigns microscopic edges along the blade, restoring sharpness. A sharp knife cuts cleanly, requires less force, and gives you greater control. In cooking, precision equals safety. 10. Stop pasta from sticking. Pasta seems simple: water, heat, noodles, yet sticky. Clumped pasta is one of the most common kitchen frustrations. The problem doesn't start at the end of cooking. It begins in the first 60 seconds. When dry pasta enters boiling water, its outer layer immediately releases starch. That starch becomes sticky as it hydrates, turning the surface of each noodle slightly glue-like. If pasta pieces sit still during this moment, they bond together before they've had time to firm up. That's why stirring early matters more than stirring often. Use a large pot filled with plenty of water. Pasta needs space to move freely. Crowded pasta lowers the water temperature and increases starch concentration, creating the perfect environment for clumping. Salt the water generously. It should taste like the sea. Salt doesn't just season pasta internally. It slightly alters how starch gelatinizes, improving texture and flavor from the inside out. Now, here's the myth that refuses to die. Adding oil to pasta water does not prevent sticking. Oil floats on top of water and barely touches the pasta during cooking. Worse, when pasta is drained, that oil coats the noodles, creating a slippery surface that prevents sauce from adhering later. And sauce adhesion is everything. Instead, before draining, reserve 1 cup of pasta water. This cloudy liquid is liquid gold. It contains dissolved starch that acts as a natural emulsifier, helping fat and water combine into a silky sauce. When added to your sauce, it thickens gently and allows it to cling perfectly to every strand. This is why restaurant pasta tastes cohesive instead of separated. It isn't complicated cooking, it's controlled starch. 11. Clean burnt pans easily. A burnt pan can feel like a cooking failure frozen in metal. Dark residue clings stubbornly, refusing soap, sponge, or patience. Most people respond by scrubbing aggressively. But harsh scraping damages cookware, scratches surfaces, and turns a small problem into permanent wear. The real solution is chemistry, not force. Start by adding enough water to cover the burnt area. Then sprinkle in baking soda, a gentle alkaline compound known for breaking down stubborn residues. Place the pan back on the stove and bring the mixture to a boil. As it heats, something subtle happens. The heat loosens carbonized food particles, while baking soda reacts with acidic burnt compounds, weakening their grip on the pan's surface. Tiny bubbles work underneath the residue, lifting it away layer by layer. Let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes. Then turn off the heat and allow the pan to cool slightly. During cooling, the loosened debris continues separating from the surface. Now scrub lightly. You'll notice the burnt layer slides off with minimal effort, no aggressive scraping required. This method protects non-stick coatings, stainless steel finishes, and even enamel cookware. Sometimes the smartest cleaning method is simply letting science do the work. 12. Keep cut avocado from turning brown. Avocados feel almost alive when perfectly ripe, creamy, vibrant, intensely green. But moments after cutting, that beautiful color begins fading into dull brown. This isn't spoilage. It's oxidation. When avocado flesh is exposed to oxygen, enzymes react with air, triggering a chemical process similar to what happens when apples brown. The flavor may still be fine, but visually, it feels unappetizing. The goal isn't stopping oxidation completely, that's impossible. The goal is slowing oxygen's access. Leaving the pit inside helps slightly because it reduces the exposed surface area. Next, add acidity. Brush the surface lightly with lemon or lime juice. The acid lowers pH levels, slowing the enzyme reaction responsible for browning. Then comes the most important step. Eliminate air contact. Press plastic wrap directly against the avocado's surface so no air pockets remain. Air is the enemy, remove it, and browning slows dramatically. Another clever method is storing the avocado cut side down in a shallow container with a thin layer of water. The water acts as a physical barrier between oxygen and the fruit. Less air exposure means longer freshness. Bright green today, still green tomorrow. Bonus mini hacks. Rapid fire section. Sometimes the smallest kitchen adjustments create the biggest improvements. These quick tricks look simple, but each solves a very specific cooking problem. Wooden spoon over a boiling pot. Boiling water forms bubbles filled with steam and starch. When foam rises high enough, bubbles stack and overflow. Placing a wooden spoon across the pot disrupts this process. Wood remains cooler than metal and pops bubbles when they touch its surface, temporarily reducing overflow. It's not magic, just physics interrupting foam formation. Microwave lemons for more juice. Whole lemons hold tightly structured cell walls that trap juice inside. Microwaving a lemon for about 10 seconds warms the interior, softening membranes and allowing juice sacs to release liquid more easily. The result? Noticeably more juice with less squeezing effort. Chill onions before cutting. Onions release sulfur compounds when cut. These compounds react with moisture in your eyes, forming mild sulfuric acid. The reason tears appear instant. Chilling onions slows the release of these volatile compounds. Fewer airborne irritants means fewer tears. Same onion, different experience. Store nuts in the freezer. Nuts contain natural oils that slowly oxidize at room temperature, leading to rancidity, that stale, bitter flavor many people mistake for normal aging. Cold temperatures dramatically slow oxidation. Freezing nuts preserves freshness, flavor, and nutritional quality for months without affecting texture once thawed. Your snacks stay crisp, rich, and delicious far longer. The bigger lesson. All of these hacks share one idea. Great cooking isn't about complicated techniques. It's about understanding small moments: heat, air, moisture, timing. Tiny adjustments create massive improvements. Small changes, less waste, better flavor, more confidence in the kitchen. Cooking doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It doesn't have to feel wasteful. And it definitely doesn't have to feel frustrating. Sometimes, the difference between chaos and control is just one small trick. If even one of these hacks made you say, "Wait, why didn't I know this?" then this video did its job. Now I want to hear from you. Which hack surprised you the most? And what kitchen problem should we solve next? Comment below. If you enjoyed this, like the video, it helps more than you think. And subscribe for more practical, life-improving insights like this. Because smart living isn't about doing more. It's about doing things better. See you in the next one.